to my channel, or if you happen to be new here, my name is Jess. As you guys can tell from the title of this video, I don't know why I did jazz hands. Why do I always do that? So my friend Sam, who is that bookish gamer here on YouTube, I actually linked her in my vlog that you guys saw yesterday. She asked me if I wanted to do a sci-fi readathon with her. It's bordering Sci-Fi-Read-A-Thon and reading challenge for the month of March. Her and I are going to be vlogging it. I'm really excited to do it, but I wanted to kind of sit down, make an announcement for it, show you guys the books that I have on my TBR for this month. It's going to be all of March, and I'll get into a little bit more of what you guys can expect in the coming month. But I'm really excited because her and I both really want to read more sci-fi, and I don't know, we were like talking about it, and then she decided she wanted to do this and then asked me if I would like to be a part of it. And yes, I absolutely would. I really need to expand my sci-fi like vocabulary, like what books I have read. I have not read much sci-fi and I really want to. So I do have a couple of books here. 3 of them I have not read. 1 of them I have actually read before, but I do want to reread it because it has been quite a long time and I feel like my memory of it is a little bit fuzzy. So I'm just going to go through all of the challenges. There are 4 of them. It's going to be from the beginning of March to the end of March, obviously. Her and I are going to be trying to do Twitter sprints. We are going to be involved on like Instagram. This is an Instagram kind of thing. That's sort of where it developed. That's where the announcement went up. So if you guys would like more information on it, that will be in my down bar. My Instagram is always listed there. But it is going to be more laid back because her and I are both incredibly busy. So we wanted something a little bit easier for the month, not something that you needed to be reading, you know, for 24, 48, you know, however many hours straight. We wanted it to be very relaxed. So there are only 4 challenges. It's pretty much just a challenge a week in the month of March. And I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of go over you guys which challenges fall on which weeks and which books I have chosen for that. So if you're looking to read more sci-fi, if you guys wanna dive into this with us, like I said, we're gonna be super involved on Instagram and Twitter. But yeah, I am offering you guys the chance to hang out with me and read sci-fi, and I wanted to get my TBR up just in case people want to read the same books as me. They want to like kind of talk about the same books. So yeah, let's go ahead and just get started because there are only 4 challenges and 4 books that I have chosen, but a couple of these I'm really geeked to read, and I just wanted to show you guys what I have picked. So let's get started. So the first challenge is 90s Babies. It is books that were written in the 80s or 90s. Now this book is technically I don't know if you'd consider it like sci-fi. There is like aliens in it, so I'm going to be lumping this in here, and this is actually the book that I have read before, and it would be the Tommyknockers by Stephen King. This was written in the early 80s, and I really love this book. I feel like I'm a little bit fuzzy on it, however, and I really want to reread it. I haven't read Stephen King in a while, probably like 4 or 5 months. My OCD is pretty bad, and for some reason Stephen King, it's been triggering me a lot recently. With the form of OCD that I have, but I do want to sit down and try to read one that I know I absolutely love. I really enjoyed the Tommyknockers. It's about a spaceship that kind of lands in this town. People don't really know what's happening, but a couple of people are affected by it and just their journey throughout, you know, being affected and controlled essentially by this spaceship. So I do want to read this. If you have not read this and you want to read it with me, let me know. But I'm really excited to dive back into this. It is a huge book though. There are so many pages in this book, but I'm still really excited to read it. Now the challenge for week 2 is Am I Not Merciful? A book with an artificial intelligence in it. I, being somebody who is quite terrified of artificial intelligence, had a lot of trouble finding a book that I owned that had anything like that in it. But I do want to actually sit down and read Gemina by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. I'm not sure if Aiden is in this book or not, but I know the series overall has AI in it, and I don't really know if he's in it. I heard that there's completely different characters, but I still want to read it anyway. It is obviously sci-fi. It is a book that I need to read. It is also quite hefty, but the new one does come out soon and I need to read it. Read this before I get the new one because I haven't read this one yet because I've been kind of afraid to. So if you haven't read this book before and you want to read it with me, let me know. But I'm really excited to finally dive into these books and really excited to finally have an excuse to read it. So the next prompt for week 3 is To Infinity and Beyond. It is a YA novel, and I actually just recently got this. I kind of showed you guys when I showed you the books that I had pre-ordered, and Maybe Blood of a Thousand Stars by Rhoda Beleza. This is the follow-up to Empress of a Thousand Skies, which you guys know I really enjoyed. It was one of the very first like sci-fi YA books that I had ever read, and I really enjoyed the first one, and I did pre-order this and it finally got here and I'm really excited to read it. I won't go too much in depth on what this book is about because obviously if you haven't read the series I don't want to spoil anything for you, but this does obviously take place in space, and it is like a space-themed YA novel, so I think that this perfectly fits the prompt for that week, and I'm really excited to read this because I've had it for a couple of days and I haven't read it yet, and I really just want to read it, and I don't know if I can wait until the 3rd week of March. So the prompt for week 4 is "It's very pretty, Bishop, but what are we looking for? Anything with space travel or aliens in it." And I bought this book, you guys may have seen me haul it not too long ago, but it's Forsaken Skies by D. Nolan Clark. This book is obviously set in space from what I've heard, from what I've been able to read about it on the back of the book. It is like a political intrigue kind of book. It obviously takes place in space. There are obvious aliens. It is like an interplanetary war happening, and I'm really excited to read this because I've had it for a while, and it's like a big floppy paperback, and I love big floppy paperbacks. I don't know if you guys can tell how giant this book is though. It is both large and almost 600 pages, so I'm glad I'm saving this for the end of the month, but I'm really excited to read this, and obviously it does fit our theme with space travels and aliens, and I'm really excited. Also, I think this cover is really, really cool, and from what I've heard of this book, it's pretty slow, but that's okay for me because I like slower political books. I don't mind that at all. That's actually one of my favorite types of books to read, so I'm really excited to read this and really, really excited to get into this challenge. If anybody owns this and is interested in reading this with me, please let me know, because I feel like with larger books like this, it'd be fun to have somebody to read it with and kind of go over everything, especially since, like I said, it's like a political kind of book. I think it'd be nice to have somebody to buddy up with to talk to about kind of what we're thinking about this book as we go. Alright guys, so that is it for my little announcement today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys will follow along with us. I will list Sam's Instagram. Well, Sam's Instagram is actually always listed in my down bar. She is one of the moderators for my Hyper-Knot group. So you guys want to find her, you can find her there. But I will also list her YouTube channel so you guys can kind of follow along with our vlogs and, you know, with our Instagrams and keep up to date on everything. But like I said, I'm so excited to do this. I really have just been craving sci-fi recently. Like I've told you guys, for as long as I've had my channel, that I really want to read more sci-fi. So I'm glad that Sam finally gave me an excuse to sit down and do it, because I feel like I always have so many books that I want to read or even need to read that it's hard to go out of the genres that I normally read, and I'm glad that she gave me this opportunity, and I'm so glad that she asked me to partner with her. So if you guys are interested, like I said, I will list everything down below. You can find like my Instagram, everything like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys have a good week. Bye!